Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and descendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Cappy, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, when they remember they are general readings, not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Magician card, right? I love this card for you because it always suggests that this is you really tapping into that Capricorn energy in powerful and dynamic ways, right? This card also says that you are reaching for the next level of something. You're putting your time, your effort, your energies to good use, right? This is about you really doing what you can, doing what you need to make something happen. The other thing that I will say to you as well, this would be a really good week to find a way to launch yourself out into the world in some way, whether this is selling yourself at an interview, whether it's creating a marketing campaign for your business, maybe picking up a public speaking gig of some sort. Finding a way to get yourself and your message out into the world is going to be very important for you this week. So for your actions and options, you have the Seven of Swords. So whatever information or knowledge you are sitting on at the moment, my dear Capricorns, and I get it, right? You know, this doesn't suggest that you're lying for malicious purposes, but it does suggest to me that there's some sort of information that you're withholding this week. And whatever it is, you got to, unless it's a secret that's really not yours to tell, i.e., you know, one of your siblings comes to you and says, oh, you know, I'm gay, or I'm this, I'm whatever. You don't out them, right? That's not your secret to tell. But if there is knowledge or information that you have that this week you know could solve a problem or an issue or could help somebody, this week you need to find a way to speak on that. All right, I'm not saying, you know, like I said, whatever the secret is that you're sat on, it doesn't look like it's to do with a specific person, but it does feel like it's information that somebody else could use. And this I find very, very interesting. So just be careful with whatever it is that you're holding back, because if it comes out and then, you know, whoever it is or whatever it is, everybody realizes that you knew, think about how that's going to make you look. All right, for your communications and conversations, you have the Wheel of Fortune. I love this, right? So if you are, when it comes to the work, the profession, the job, this is great news. This is, for some of you, career advancement for sure, but it also suggests as well, not only are you in the right place at the right time this week, but some of the actions. So the reason I say this is the Magician is about the actions that you put out into the world already. This is about what you initiate, right? The Wheel of Fortune is very often where the results of those things show up for you. So this could be a week where some amazing results for work that you've already put out into the world start to come back, and those are compounded by things that you're starting now that could gain some of the benefits of the rewards that could gain some of the benefits from the rewards that you're getting from past efforts. It's kind of like one of those things, like, you know, when a vortex starts to spin, it gains more power and more momentum. I kind of feel like this is happening for you guys this week. So for those of you that are employed by somebody else, excuse me, if you're getting into anything to do with travel, transport, you know, import, export, anything like that, this could go really, really well for you. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, if you're finding a way to get something that you have made or something that you've sourced out into the world, this would be a good week. In fact, I would say as well, this might be a good week to think about launching something as well. And I know you're probably thinking, hang on a sec, we're only just out of the retrograde energy for a lot of this, but I don't know why that Wheel of Fortune gives me good vibes for a launch of some sort for those of you that have your own business. And then finally, for your those of you that are retired or no longer working, this week, some of the skills that you have that you don't use anymore not only become relevant, but they could become lucrative, right? So it may not necessarily be that you're going back to work, but it could be that you're earning some extra money, in regards to something that you can already do, that you don't have to work hard for or at. For your love and relations, you've got the 9 of Pentacles. Now, you've got this underneath the 7 of Swords. The first thing that I want to say to you is, for those of you that have families, i.e. partner and children, etc., throwing money at a situation is not going to solve the challenge this week, right? That's not going to cut it. You are going to need to do or offer more than just resources. It's not just about money. You're going to have to give, whether this is your time, your effort, your energy, your warmth, your affection, that you have to spend something other than your coins this week. All right. Now, for those of you that are single and looking, with that 7 of Swords in the actions and the options this week, I kind of feel like there's somebody that's been pursuing some of you. You know, maybe they want to meet you, maybe they want to meet up, and you guys have been talking forever, and you just give excuse after excuse after excuse. They're going to call you out this week. And with, this could be one of those really embarrassing moments where this person says to you, come on, like, let's go out for drinks, or let's go for coffee, or let's go for dinner over the weekend. And you're like, oh no, I can't, I'm doing all this really important stuff. And then they run into you in your sweats in the local shop, and they're like, right, okay. So I'll be careful this week. For your money and materials, you have the 6 of Swords. So there is some sort of travel this week that may show up for you, and it might come either spontaneously, or it may be travel plans that have to be moved up in some way. And this might happen, like I said, quite suddenly. Now, the 6 of Swords also suggests you're turning a corner financially this week. So I will say, whatever's going on for your finances this week, you are getting a glimpse of what things are going to be like for the next 6 to 8 months. There's that characteristic Capricorn yawn. Sorry about that. Someone put in the comments a few weeks back, oh, it's because you find Capricorns boring. And I was like, no, it really isn't that. And then somebody else said to me, it's because Capricorns are always tired. And I was like, yeah, I can probably believe that more. Now, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, this week you have to find ways to look after your nervous system. I'm not seeing any problems or issues with it here, but I am seeing, when you run on adrenaline for so long, excuse me, when you run on adrenaline so long and that adrenaline then sort of dips, you find yourself, like, oh, okay, like you feel really drained. So you're going to have to find ways to look after yourself in that regard this week. And then finally, when it comes to home, to be honest with you, home looks so busy this week that it's almost like even if you're at home, you're not really going to notice it, or you won't have time to enjoy it in any way that really matters to you. All right, so your full moon message. Got that big powerful full moon on the 20th of October in the sign of Aries, in your 4th house of home and family. You have the gate 47 and mindset. So this is really a reminder of how you see things, how you view things. Like there's that meme of the people on the bus. One is like, they're looking out the window and they see flowers and freedom and and the other person's looking out and all they see is the grey rocks. This full moon, especially when it comes to your 4th house of home, family, your roots, your origin, you can choose to reframe the story of where you came from, or you can choose to wallow in the ain't it awful. That's what the full moon is really trying to show you. It's about how you view it, and more importantly, how you use the lessons that got you to where you are with the people that you were born to. All right, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care. I'll see you soon. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. All right, take care. Bye.